Hello and welcome to the Humble Seer. So we're going to do an FBI Most Wanted. And today we're talking about Fausto Isidro Meza-Flores. And he's a fugitive and they're looking for him. Conspiracy to manufacture and distribute methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, and things like that, marijuana, and possession of a firearm. So we're going to do a read on him to see what we can get from the cards. Now, before I turned on the camera, that James Wedding person that I did a reading on, a FBI fugitive, I get a connection with these two. So yeah, I'm picking that up. This person, this Fausto Isidro, the reading we're going to do now, him, and James Wedding, who is also a fugitive. I believe it dealt with drugs and whatnot. We're going to do, I see a connection, I see a connection there. So let's pull some of these cards here. These are just like crime, type of cards. And we'll get 3 of these to see what we can glean, and then we'll pull from the tarot. And he could be in Colorado. He could be in Mexico. I get between those two. That's interesting. Okay, between those 2 places, Colorado and Mexico. All right, so the first card, jealousy. Okay, we'll put that on the board. Abuse and neglect. Accomplice and partner in crime. And that's interesting because that James Wedding person comes in very strongly as an accomplice. And I do believe, this is interesting because if you go and listen to that James Wedding read, there was a triangle, a love triangle, jealousy involved there. And then we have abuse and neglect, because I would say that was also involved with, that also is about that James Wedding person. So, but I get that this person that we're talking about today, Fausto, we'll just use his last name, Meza-Flores. I get abuse for him. I get there's a wife and a child involved, or children, that have been abused and neglected. Maybe not white, maybe not the traditional type of wife, where you get married, but I get a woman and children, and I do get neglect for him. Okay, let's get into the cards and see. For some reason, bedwetting is coming. I don't know why. Bedwetting. It's like this Meza-Flores is really in their head. We're going to get 6 cards is what I'm getting. So we're going to pull 6 cards for this. And the gravy train has dried up is what I get. And I just see a person ducking and weaving and, trying to stay really, really, really focused on not being caught. Okay, the first card we have is the Chariot. The Chariot is all about movement. It's overcoming obstacles, which this person wants to do. And I get there is movement in the dark of night is what I get. This person moves because they have a deep fear of moving around during the day, because there's people, what I get is there's people wherever he is hunkered down, because there's a place, and I see a lot of cars, machinery, almost like a junkyard where he would be. During the day, this place is humming, and he's somewhere in the darkness of that area. Okay, I pick up Nebraska. Okay, now we have the what is this? The 7 of Swords, 2, 3, the 5 of Swords. Okay, failure, surrender. Yeah, what I get here is he likely will surrender, because it's going through his mind. To surrender. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, good news in worldly affairs. I just get with this person, they want a favorable outcome for themselves. You know, they want a favorable outcome. They don't want a shootout. They don't want any of that. And I think that's important in this story. Okay, now we have two of Pentacles, balance, trying to find balance. It just goes to this person's mindset. You know, there's a dog barking, a German Shepherd I'm getting, a German Shepherd, just a single dog barking. Okay, now we have the eight of Wands, haste, speed, progress, movement. What I get is, I get junkyard dog barking. I get, this place is quite large and he's in it, like in the middle of it, this junkyard. And I get that he travels because we have the Chariot, but what I get is that he really stays in this junkyard. And he eats a lot of fish. I get that there's like orders of fish because people know he's there, but the people that are doing the work there, the people that come in, customers and what, it's unbeknownst to them. They don't know that this person is in this junkyard. Okay, then we have lastly the Four of Pentacles. And this is about hoarding, stingy, because it's holding on to what you have. It doesn't always mean you're broke, but in this instance, he's running out of money, and I get that nobody is really going to give him more. There won't be a replenishment. I'm being drawn to pull two more of these crime cards. There is no money fountain or faucet, where you can turn it on. That wanted to fly out. For some reason, I don't know, and that one flew out. Okay, let's take them. So we have serial killer, and we have spouse and partner. And it's like we want to end on that partnership with that James wedding, because I get that heavily. And I also get it's about his partnership with his wife. There's some communication there. Now, the serial killer is, I'm going to say, take the serial off because this person has taken lives. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for stopping by The Humble Seer. As always, you take good care and we'll talk soon. Bye.